Okay, so I have been talking to some of the 12K and up leaders today a little bit about a trend that I'm seeing happening, and I kind of want to stop in its tracks. And I hope that nobody takes it in a wrong way, and I hope that you take it as like a constructive, we want to help you grow way. And if we see something happening a lot, we want to tell you, because we don't want that to stop your growth, especially when you're working really, really hard and what you're trying to accomplish you're not seeing the results from it. So anyways, what the number one thing is that I'm seeing a lot of people ask people to ask for information on their post. I'm seeing a lot of people say, hey, what is that? Or what is it? What are you selling? Or message me, info please, or whatever, right? You guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This doesn't look good, because all it takes is for you to have one mutual friend with this person, and they see you asking for info, and they know damn well that you are a promoter with that company. So why would you be asking for information? And it doesn't look good. Okay. I tried to explain that in text earlier, but my texts don't always come across the way that I intend them to. So sometimes they get confusing and so forth. So here's the thing. You don't really want to be commenting on each other's posts a whole excessive amount. Okay. I don't know who just came on thing. Like on business posts and so forth. First of all, when you log into Facebook, and I'm going to let these other ladies give you some tips, but I'm going to run off a couple things. When you pull up your Facebook, if all you're seeing are Thrive posts and, all you're seeing are other promoters' posts and so forth, that's because that's who you've been interacting with. Okay? And I'm just going to be very brutally honest and tell you guys, I unfollow people all the time. I unfollow our team. I try not to unfollow our team as much as possible, but if I see it all the time, I have to unfollow it, because if not, I'm not going to reach my audience for me to sign people, and you won't either. As time goes on, you're going to have more and more and more friends that are with the company that you're with. And you have to be this is where you have to get super intentional, is if you're getting on your Facebook and all you're seeing are Thrive posts, Thrive posts, Thrive posts, Thrive posts. I'm not telling you not to go give your friend a shout out, or not to go say hi to your friend, or not to like and comment on their kids' pictures or anything. I'm not telling you any of that. But what I'm telling you is, and I'm sorry, can you hear the TV in the background and all of that stuff? Can you guys hear that? I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I'll move. Stacy, will you elaborate on what I'm talking about while I move myself downstairs?
I sure will. Tell me what you want to talk about. Like, what do you want me to elaborate on exactly?
The commenting on each other's posts, like how it's beneficial, like on Flex Friday, that's a different story. Because it's showing everybody else that you're not thriving alone and so forth. But the asking for information stuff, and then also just your news feed, if you could share how to not only not for their personal news feed to clear it up, but how they can improve what they're seeing in their news feed, like unfollowing ads, unfollowing other thrivers. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna cover my face so you don't see everything. Like my butt in the process.
Only Amanda. So it got really fancy for you guys tonight, let me tell you. Yes. Okay, so Amanda won't say it, but I will totally say it. It's Wicked Jake. You guys, stop commenting on each other's posts. Like, it looks so gross. And I know so many people do it, so don't take offense, but really think about it. It looks like you're just being scandalous. It looks like you're being janky. So if I post something and Tillis is like, hey girl, I'm interested in joining your team, send me some info, because she wants to join my team, right, Tilissa? Like, you're gonna join my team. But I mean, no, for real though, like, it just looks bad. So that said, the way that at least the way that I teach, the way I teach my team is what you're doing when you start becoming friends with everybody. Because I'll be real, like you guys, I can look at this screen and I can tell you 10 people right now, like I love you so much. I could like lick your face for the rest of my life and it would be amazing. But Shannon is not paying my bills. Like interacting with Shannon all day long is not giving me a pay raise. That's not giving me enrollments. So what I teach my team, hold up.
Charles.
Can you get up and do something? Thank you. I don't care. You're playing video games. 17-year-old for sale. So I teach my team that you're creating your own inbred algorithm. And that's exactly what it is. It's an inbred algorithm. So I'm even really careful with my Flex Friday post. But you guys, if every time Talissa posts, I like on it, guess who's coming up in my newsfeed all the time? Talissa. That's it. That's what I'm going to be seeing. And I do not unfollow my own personally enrolled promoters, the people that I have enrolled, because it's my job to help them be amazing. But once they're off and flying, they don't need me all up in their newsfeed all the time. Or, you know, if they're just ridiculous with the things that they post and they just blow up and whatever, I unfollow them. You have to remember that it is exactly who you interact with on your Facebook newsfeed, on timelines, and in your personal mailbox. That's exactly how your newsfeed is going to go. 1,000%. So,
yes. Stace, will you add, you just said something that I don't want to get sidetracked because I'll forget. You just said something right there about who you're interacting with in your inbox, guys. In your inbox. So if your only place that you're chatting is in chats, like team chats and stuff like that, guess what? Guess who you're going to see on your newsfeed? And
people, like, it really is. It's amazing, because if you start unfollowing team, like you'll see somebody that's been in this industry for a little while, like we'll do this team Zoom and then we'll get, 25 friend requests from sidelines. And like, I love you guys. I don't think I'm more important than you. I am just little Stacy Stevens from a tiny town in Wisconsin. I don't not approve your friend request because I don't love you. I don't approve your friend request because I'm not going to give you a raise. You're not going to give me a raise, and we can follow each other. My even bigger suggestion is literally just keep a list of people that inspire you that are in this business and just randomly go to their pages, go to their timelines. Sorry, I still say pages. Like, it's better than wall, but I still say pages. Just go to their timelines and go check them out and see what they're doing, rather than having them up in your newsfeed. You guys, if you are I'm in a chat all day long. All day long, I'm in a chat with two of my best friends. Guess whose posts I never miss? I never miss their posts. They're not paying my bills. Okay. Like, that's just being totally, totally real. So I love the fact, for instance, today, Amber Price made a post about a Christmas tree, ironically, at the same time that I was kind of working on the exact same thing. And she posted. I try not to do that super often. Like, I want to drop a picture of my Christmas tree on her, like, show us your Christmas tree. But that's just interacting with another thriver. And so if that's all you're doing all day long, like it gets my gherkins when my team goes into my team chat and says, hey guys, can you go show me some love on this post? And like, I love you guys. I do. I love you so much. And it's different if there's like a big promotion or some girl that's going through something that she needs a boost of confidence. But if all day, every day you make a crappy post and it's not getting any love, or if it's the wrong timing, or you're being spammy, or you're using buzzwords, your team giving love on that post does zero to build your business.
Hey, can you, okay guys, so here's the thing, is that if you're not having a lot of interaction, Stacy, you just said something too, because here's the thing, guys, there is a difference, and we're not telling you not to like or comment or interact on people's posts, or congratulate, or, you see something super cute or funny or whatever. And we're not telling you not to do that. But what we are trying to tell you is that most of you guys come to us and say, I'm not getting interaction. I'm not getting new prospects. I'm not signing any customers. So all of these things that we're telling you right now, this is to help you target in your audience so that you will sign new customers, new promoters, and so forth. But here's the thing. If you make a post and it gets no interaction, I want you guys to start challenging yourself to ask yourself, would I buy from this person? Would I sign up with this person? What value does this bring me? If you can't answer those questions, then you probably shouldn't have made that post in the first place. Okay? But also, I'm going to challenge you to delete the post. If you're not getting any interaction whatsoever on the post, delete the post. Re-examine it, send it to your upline, whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can have the best posts in the world, but if you're not doing your end and you're not friending people, you're not interacting with people, no matter how good that damn post is, people aren't going to see it. Just thrivers.
I think too, and this is, so many people I think are like you and I. Well, I think a lot of people are like me. I'm an overthinker. Like my brain blows up. It explodes. So if you are that person, you need to know that little piece of advice right there. Don't take that piece of advice. Because if you're an overthinker, you'll delete every single post. So if you're an overthinker, don't do it. Just leave it be and move on. Like I learned one time from Crazy John Eric, he said, just move forward. And I'm an overthinker, so I would be like, oh my God, it's been 11 minutes and I only have 3 likes and they're only for my teammates and what's going on? And I started deleting. And then, so for me as an overthinker, don't do that. If you are the average normal person that doesn't have a junky brain like mine, where it just overthinks, then you're good. But otherwise, you're going to delete every single post. And don't do that. Just send them to your upline. Send them to your 40K, your 12K, your 80K, and have them take a look and figure out what it is. A lot of times it's something really, really simple. But the other side is be cognizant of what you're doing before you drop those business posts or those product posts. Like I will drop a fat interactive that will be like I literally be like, tell me how you feel about shots. Like I can get away with that. That's my personality. And then I've got 200 moms that are commenting and they're ready to kill each other and it's amazing. And then I drop something about the Black Label and everybody's like, oh shit, I need to buy that right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's the key, guys, is that before you drop a big promoter post or something that you thought out, the thing is that so many people just want to copy and paste and just shoot stuff out there. And what you're realizing is that you are killing your business by doing that. Because for one, those people have probably seen that post 20 million times all over Facebook. So they're just going to scroll right by it. It's like when you see the same TV show or ad or whatever, you just don't even pay any mind to it. You just keep on scrolling past. I mean, how many of you guys do that? I can tell you, I honestly scroll past ads every day on Facebook and couldn't tell you what the hell the ads were, but I know that I need to go in and remove them because I'm seeing them more and more. And I've been consciously, I don't want to see more ads like this. Like, Talissa, I love you, but ever since I bought that damn Lang straightener, I see Lang every day, all day long. You know what I mean? And it's because those are sponsored ads and it's something I purchased. So Facebook algorithm is saying this is something that she would like, right? So Jamie Pekka, I'm hoping that she gets a bunch of penis cleaner posts now that she's going to see a bunch of ads for it because I saw her post about it and I think that's kind of funny, right? But I'm just being serious because if something pops up and you share something like that, you're going to notice. I know this is really weird, but I just got my FabFitFun box in the mail, and you guys, I mean, thank God I didn't just get something else. Actually, I'm not going to go there right now. But but I literally got that Thrive Cosmetics stuff. It had a highlighter in there. I've been seeing all these Thrive cosmetic ads now, and I literally haven't even gone live about it. I'm like, Facebook listens, guys. They listen to you. So they're going to be posting stuff. If you're researching or Googling or even just talking, I know that sounds weird, but hello, we talk to Alexa to turn on our lights and radio. Trust me, Facebook is hearing us, and there's no getting away from it. It is what it is, okay? There's no privacy. But the reality of it is that why we're saying all of this is because we want to help you improve on a lot of these different things that we know are simple things like unfollowing people that aren't in your team. I'm not talking about like, here's the thing, you could have nobody in your team and you really, your support and your inspiration and the people that you need to, you go and that's who you need to follow and interact with. Okay. That's one thing. But the thing is that so many people are only focusing on other thrivers. And I really, really consciously want to encourage you guys to spend time loving on people's Christmas posts right now with their kids. And if you're not seeing these people, you're not going to be able to interact. There's a cool way that you can go through now and you can search your profiles. And it's pretty awesome. I was just reading a little bit more about it. I've seen different people advertise and talk about it before, but if you go to your Facebook, you can search your profile. So like, say you went to a specific place or location and you went and searched your profile and you typed in that location and it was like, maybe you met somebody there, or maybe you just want to go back and you want to comment or like on a picture. This is a really cool way to bring up old interaction. Like I have some old coworkers that every now and again, it'll be one of their birthdays or something. And I'll go pull that picture or I'll share that post and say, oh my gosh, you can't, like, I miss these times or whatever, or have like my old best friends like that I grew up with, and we all went out to dinner one day right after my dad passed away, and I like to pull them up because I'm like, we need to reunite again soon. And guess what, guys, all their friends are going to see it and their friends are going to see it, and everybody's going to see that stuff whenever we re-comment. Have you ever noticed that little trick of the trade where you'll see a post come up that was like from 2011 because somebody went back and commented on it? Well, now everybody's seeing it. I've seen all kinds of people. People must be doing that lately because I'm seeing all kinds of posts. I saw Tony, one of our uplines, after Maria posted about her hitting the $1 billion. I seen Tony's post come up in my newsfeed from where she had commented because somebody told her congratulations from back in September when she hit the $1 billion mark. And so it's just a way that you can bring those to resurface, and anybody that commented or liked or just that pops up in their newsfeed at that time is going to see that post, right? So that is something too that will really help you. Sorry, I get all over the place. Stace, there was something else that we were talking about. I know Talissa and Ashley, they've got all kinds of fun stuff to share. There was something else that we were talking about specific that I was like asking you to help with.
Sorry, that was like the weirdest noise. It just sounded like there was like an earthquake and then like a possession in the background of my house. I have no idea what that was.
I know what it was. I know what it was. And it goes right along with what I was also going to ask before Talissa and Ashley get on the share. Ashley's going to talk to you guys a little bit about inboxing people and messages and stuff like that. But I know that Stacy, I had asked her because she's really, really good about creating posts and staying away from certain words and so forth. So this is going to lean into that. But let me just say this first. Stacy, when you're explaining that to people about the buzzwords and stuff like that, will you also include, if you have a Thrive post, you should have some personal interactive stuff like that in between your post as well. So, okay, I'm going to let you, because I know that's kind of in your daily anyway. So if you could just share that, that'd be wonderful.
So I think we've talked about it several times. If you guys have been on the Zooms and stuff like that, I definitely, like, the algorithm is a living, breathing thing, you guys. So when people like write me and they message and they say, what are the buzzwords? Like, what are the words that I shouldn't say if I want to get visibility in my newsfeed? And I can't give you that list. I can give you some assumptive things. I can tell you that when you use the $, not the emoji, the $, when you use the word team, when you use the word thrive, when you use the word mini experience, those type of things, Facebook sees it over and over and over again, and I can guarantee you they know that you are a network marketer. There is a buzz that goes off, and they say, hey, I've seen this before. This person is trying to make money on Facebook without paying Mark Zuckerberg, so I'm not going to show it to as many people. So if you need to use those words, make them into a graphic. Or, you know, it used to work that you could put T space, H space, R space, I, V. No, it doesn't work that way anymore, you guys. Facebook has now, it's a living, breathing machine, this algorithm. They now know what you're trying to do. If you put a little dot between the letters, they know what you're trying to do. If you put little, you know, emojis between, they know. So you have to be smart and you have to get around that. Now, I'm not saying you can't use those words. You can. But if your posts are not getting visibility, take them out. Go back and take those words out, and you will see it's crazy. You might not have any likes in 40 minutes, and you take the word happy pack out, and you take the word deal or special out, and in 5 minutes you have 25 likes. And it's just crazy how that works. So the other thing that I was going to say is that like I can't give you that list. I can give you what I assume and the words that I try to teach my team to stay away from are, and I can put that on Level Up and things like that and on Pace Setters. But I'm constantly adding to it because I play with the algorithm all day long. Literally, I'm very green in those things. So as words come up, like energy, weight loss, you guys cannot use the word weight loss. You can't. If you want people to see your posts, it's a huge ding all across the board in Facebook. So there's that. And then the other thing I was going to say is that, you know, when you're talking about, I can't really talk about the messaging thing. That's going to be for the other ladies. But if you want interaction, you need to interact. So anybody that goes to my timeline, you will see every single day I post a real interactive post. I do not post, please tell me which potato you like the least, mashed potato, French fry, tater tot. That is literally 2014. That is literally way back in the day. That is clickbait. It doesn't work anymore. Nobody cares about your potatoes. Everybody's got them. It's about getting real and wanting to know more about your audience, about your potentials, about potential customers, potential promoters. So think, I don't sit down and make a list of 5,000 different interactives. As I'm going through my day and I watch a mom lose her shit on an airplane screaming at her kids, that pops an interactive into my head because I know a lot of my audience is moms. Like, what do you do if your child is freaking out in an airplane? Something like that, and it gets people to interact. You know what I mean? I'm putting away things in my curio cabinet to do with my wedding, and I want to know, like, hey, what colors did you use in your wedding? What time of year did you get married? Like, I'm literally using this as a way to get to know my audience. And then, so your hints, right? You don't want to just ask people, like, what is your sun sign? Like, what is your zodiac sign? Because that's a one-word answer. You're trying to create conversation from people. And, you know, you'll see a lot of times I'll put like no drama, keep it civil. Immediately people are like, oh yeah, let's get into the drama. As soon as they see that, they want to get involved in it. But you want to create something where people are going to speak so you can speak back to them. And one of the tricks I found with algorithm, at least, is that you need to respond in at least 4-word answers. You cannot, like if somebody says, do you believe in spanking your child? And they say yes, you can not just respond with a happy face or a thumbs up. Like you need to respond and say, hey girl, I respect that, you know, point of view, or hey, this is how I was raised. Have a conversation. When you're standing in a grocery store and somebody says, hey, I like your sweatshirt, you don't look at them and go, I mean, maybe you do, but then you're like super freak and that you're never going to sign anybody in person. So if you wouldn't do this when you see somebody at the grocery or when you're out with your girlfriends, you know, going clubbing or whatever young people do these days, if you don't respond with this there, why would you ever do that on your timeline? You know what I mean? Have conversation. Use that interactive to really build it up. And if you work full time and you pop your interactive, I always pop mine about 11 a.m. If you're at work that time, that's okay. Go back in the evening and bring it back to life. Breathe life back into it and start having that conversation. You guys, I'm still involved in interactives that I started 9 months ago. They still pop up on a daily basis.
Stacy, and how you get back involved with that, you just reply to people. You just literally go through and you reply to people. If you want to bring back a live, do that. Go down through and reply to people. Oh my gosh, I didn't see your post or I didn't see your comment before. And that will bring it back to life. Like say you posted a really incredible post in the morning and then the evening time you want it to recirculate, just go back through and comment on your post, like 2 people, replying back 2 people.
Okay, before I forget, and then I'm going to shut up. This is such a huge deal for me. You guys, what Amanda just said. Go back and give your post life, like comment, have a conversation with somebody else. Angie Scalar, I love your face. Go back and like comment and start a conversation again, but don't like your own posts. Don't like your own posts. If you're doing that, stop doing it right now. It makes you look like a super creeper. Don't like your own posts. You look like a super creeper. Stop liking your own posts. Literally start a conversation again, get people to view it. It's going to pop back up in a newsfeed if you start more of a conversation on it. Don't be the super creeper. Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. And yes, Angie, your flippin' hair is so freaking gorgeous. I keep on staring at you. Okay, no, but seriously, I wish I had a Shelby by me so she could do my hair. So Tisha said something, and this is a really good interactive thing for you to do on a daily basis, guys. She said she comments on at least one Facebook memory a day. Let me tell you something about Facebook memories. That is an excellent tip. Write it down, remember it, okay? But I also use my Facebook memories. It'll tell me like who I friended on that day 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. And it's a really good way to clean up your friends list. Go click on each one of those people, see when the last time they interacted, see when the last time they were actually live, see if their Facebook is even like, you know, something they use. They might have created 2 or 3 other Facebooks since then because they forgot their password, like my cousin always does, and he just creates a new Facebook every time. But that's the reality. If they haven't posted in 3 years, you probably don't need to be friends with that profile, right? So especially if you're getting close to your friend limit, but also it's a good way that if you made a really good post that you can share it. And you can either comment on it or you can take that post. Like I use a lot of inspirational quotes and so forth, and I'll see something that I used a couple years ago and I'm like, hey, that's really relevant to now. This is a good post. Like I'm going to share this picture image again, and I'm just going to use new wording or whatever on it. But using this on this day stuff. And it's just a good way to use for your interactive as well. You can go back to old posts that you made on that day and you can see who interacted with you, liked, comment, whatever. And you can go through and use that as your intentional interaction of who you're going to like and comment and go to their profiles and spend some time on as well. So, Talissa, you have done, is the training video for Thrive? Somebody asked me that privately. I'm not really sure which training video. There's a lot of training videos in cloud. There is the Vault. If you do not have the Vault, just get with one of your uplines. Most of our teams should have the Vault access now. And also there are training videos on the Thrive Nation YouTube channel as well. And in the files on Pacesetters, Level Up, everywhere. So there's lots of videos, but if you want to save your time, honestly, you can just go to the Vault and you'll get a lot of the information that you need. Okay. Talissa.
Hello.
You guys, this little magical woman has just created all kinds of interaction over the last year, really. I feel like you've just really kind of, I mean, you were always like, really good with the interaction and so forth before that, but you've definitely come up with some different creative ways, to kind of share you and what a lot of people know you for. Now, a lot of people probably know you from your makeup, and no, she does not sell makeup or advertise or, doesn't make any profit or anything like that, guys. But Talissa, that is a hobby of hers, and she has signed many of these rock stars that are on here right now. She met through there, and just the reality of it is that, how has that changed your business?
Oh my God, dramatically. So, and I honestly didn't even know, you guys, what I was doing when I was doing it. And that's what I keep trying to tell even my team, or when I talk about this, you have to go into this with what I'm about to tell you with like pure of heart. You can't be thinking of sales. You cannot be thinking of business. You have to go into it because that's you and you need this for you. So I would say probably about a year ago, I really got into, you guys, I'm not a girly girl at all. Like, I was the girl with the baseball cap backwards and just braids with no makeup. I had no idea what I was doing. But I started watching these videos, and these girls were talking and hanging out, and they were friends, and the makeup looked fun and cool. And I was like, I want to do this too. So I got in a group. And at the time I was just playing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I built friendships in that group. And several of these girls that are on here right now, some of my leaders that are 12K, came from that. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I jumped in this group to build friendships. And so one thing I want to tell you, if you need to grow your network, if you need to grow business partners, you need to grow, okay? You need to dig deep into yourself. You need to know who you are. What do people know you as? And people know me as positive, overly excited and bubbly. I'm into health and the fitness and dance to fit, and I'm into makeup. Like that's where I've 4 to 5 things I've branded myself as. And you need to find who you are, number one. Okay. And if you say, well, I'm Thrive, I'm Lavelle, that's all I am, then number one, you have a problem and you need to check yourself, because you need to find something for you, whether that be cooking, whether that be drawing, whether that be adult coloring book. You guys, that's not silly at all. That's a big stress reliever. If you it's makeup, whatever it is, whether it's crocheting, whether it's doing like making bracelets, whatever it is, you need to find something for you, okay? Because this business is awesome, and it's a side income. It's my full-time income, but you got to find who you are. So I found this makeup and I jumped in a group. So, and I was talking to a friend about this today. We went to lunch and she came to town, and I was like, you need to make some friends. You need to find an interest in something, and you need to make some friends, because that's all I did. I had no intention of going into these groups. You know, when you guys we talk about working groups, I didn't know that's what I was doing. I was there for friends, and that's what you need to do. So find something that you're interested in. Find something that you is your passion. And it might not even be something, it may be, you guys, I'm just gonna throw it out there, it may be politics. It may be a topic. You might be interested in children that suffer from ADHD. You may be interested in helping abusive, women that have been abused before. It may be a topic. It may not be an actual thing, but find an interest or a passion and brand yourself with being that person, and then make friends in that passion. Have a common interest together, because all I did, you guys, was grow friendships. And I did live videos in a closed group, and then people started following me, and I grew my network. But you have to know who you are, and you have to find friends that have like-minded passion, because people like to purchase from people that they know, love, and trust, okay? But you have to go into it with a mindset that you're just there to make friends. So I had lunch today with one of my promoters. She is amazing. She lives in a brand new town. She knows nobody. And I was like, girl, you have to meet some people. And you guys, social media is awesome, but you also have to know that you talk to you talk to people daily when you go to the grocery store, and when you know what I mean? When you go to the grocery store and when you go to the gas station, don't forget to talk to those people too. And I was like, you need to go meet somebody. Lisa did this in her D212, I say it wrong every time, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That group, that boot camp, the meetup. Okay, so the meetup app, about meeting up with like mommy groups, or find whatever like your passion is, and like go do a meetup, go meet somebody, and get in one Facebook group. And this is going to be a biggest tip, and people don't do this right, and this is the problem. You go and you get in 10 different groups. Don't do that. Pick one Facebook group. So if you're already in all of these groups, you need to exit stage left and you need to start over. And I'm going to tell you, do not get in a group with like 100,000 people. You need to get in a group with like 2,000, max 1,000. The group that I started in is 1,200 people, because if you get in a group that is bigger, it's going to be harder for you to be seen. Okay. And another thing too, I wanted to touch on is we're in the holiday season, you guys. a lot of people don't do well in the holiday season. They get depressed, they get emotional, they get upset. This is the time that you reach out to those strong people. This is the time when you reach out and you interact with people, okay? So right now you can post and you can interact, but be intentional with your interaction. Don't just interact in comments, you guys. Be in the messenger. Your fortune will come in that messenger. Check on people. Check on people. If you see their posts are kind of sad, or just in general, maybe they're posting fine. You guys, I on social media, Talissa never has a bad day. But I'm gonna tell you what, Talissa has some bad days. But you'll never know that. And
you'll know when Amanda has a bad day.
Check on those people, but spend this time through this holiday season to also use that as a way to interaction. But you have to be you. You have to be who you are. Don't always think about the sale. Don't always think about Lavelle. You think about Shannon. You think about Brenda. You think about Jen. You think about yourself and being a good friend. And if you become a good friend, then success will come, because people will connect with you. People will learn to trust you. People will learn to love you, and then your business will grow too. So be genuine and think about other things than just the sale. And I just wanted to touch on that. But first, find out something for you. Get in a smaller group and interact. Do lives, talk to people, comment. Do not friend them. I repeat, do not friend them. Wait for them to friend you, because if you make an impact on them, then you will. Or get a good connection with somebody in the comments. You guys are going to end up following each other. You guys are going to end up friending each other. Don't go in there and just start friending people. Be you. Be who you are, and go into it with, I'm here for me. I am here because this is my passion, this is my hobby, and I want to make friends. The business will come later. Be there for you first. And show that what your passion is on your social media, on your wall. Post, like I post my looks, I post sales, I'll post tips, I'll post all this stuff. Be you. But and it will come. Build it and they will come. Anyways.
No, I think that's absolutely, it's such an incredible tip. And you guys, you know, a lot of you see Talissa where she has like an established, now she has an established following, regular people that hop on her lives and so forth, you know, from what she's been doing. But if you want to see some people that are in the beginning stages of really branding themselves for what they're doing, Stephanie Conroy and Annalise are really doing an incredible job right now with branding themselves. They created like a group that they are sharing recipes and so forth. But the cool thing, they're doing it right, is that they are sharing. It's not it's not anything to do with Thrive, guys. Okay, let me put that out there. Has nothing to do with Thrive. This is their personal journey, their personal mission statement that they are out to do. But when you follow it, it is health stuff. It is people the type of people that they're going to attract, with what they're doing, with their tips, with their shakes and so forth. I'm starting to see comments on their post and stuff where people have said, hey, or I saw somebody today have a bag of like frozen mix and was like, Stephanie, I always see your shakes. Her shakes always look so freaking incredible, by the way. But anyways, that's the kind of stuff, guys. She's not even trying to sell to me, but that's the kind of stuff that grabs people's attention. But here's the key. And Talissa, anybody out there will tell you this. You have to stay consistent with it. You have to stay consistent with it.
Yes.
You can't let up because.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just as guilty, guys. I'm like the world's worst. Like I have, some of you guys don't know, maybe you do know. I don't know. You probably do know just by paying attention to me, but I have really bad ADHD. Okay. And my ADHD is either I am super impulsive and I'm like all up in your face, or I am super all over the place. Okay. Like I am either in the zone or I am so far outside the zone, there's no questions asked. So Alyssa, last year when she started like with this makeup stuff, I literally had just started like a blog. Well, actually, I have a blog that I've been working on for 3 years. 3 years, okay? But this one was on my Facebook. I was like, I'm going to create this blog. Every time I posted, I was not getting shit on my personal stuff, okay, that I was sharing. It just was not working out. I was like, man, maybe I'm really just not interesting. But then I did something. What do I like to do? If you know me and you follow me, what are the things that I like to do? I normally like to say things that are totally inappropriate, but it's okay. But it makes me laugh. I like to share stuff that inspires me, makes me laugh. I like to give back a lot. And that's just who I am. And when I was in that zone of doing what I like, it was like heaven. It didn't even feel like work because I was having fun doing it. And that's what you have to do. You have to make it something that you can get interested in. Listen, I had a girl in my last business who she loved to color in Bibles. Like, what's that called? I don't know what it's called. But she would color like in Bibles, like every day when she read her Bible verses, she would do like Bible art. I think it's called Bible art. And that was something that she'd do. Like, if you're somebody that likes that, like go and do that. Or like lettering or whatever. You could do lives on teaching people how to letter, do hair, makeup, don't ask me to cook. That's actually one of the lives that I love to do and get the best views on because I can't cook and I totally drop cakes in the oven sometimes when I cook. But it's just who I am, right? So it's like people see me as somebody that has had success in business, but then you get on my live and I'm like, I don't have a bra on half the time. Like I'm just being really brutally honest with you. My hair hasn't been brushed. No, I took a shower today and my hair, anyways, my hair, whatever. But I'm that person that gets on live and I'm like, yeah, I'm a hot mess. Like I'm sorry. Like, and then there's like people that are super put together, whatever. Like, just know, like, you don't have to be any certain person. Like, don't get on with your vape or anything like that. Like sitting there hitting a puffer, whatever, getting high or on drugs or anything. I don't care if it's legal where you're at. Like, that's not cool. That's not businessy. I mean, I'm sure saying penis and the F-bomb and stuff like that's not businessy either, but there's a little bit of a difference there. And I'm so sorry if anybody's got kids around. But I'm just being honest with you. You guys are going to attract. No wonder I attract some crazies, right? Because I'm out there. But it's true. You start to build those relationships with people that get to know you, and they feel like they've known you forever. Like I mean, that's really what it comes down to is opening yourself up enough. And some of you guys listen. I have a very outgoing personality online. Meet me in person. And don't get me wrong, like in a one-on-one conversation, I'm going to be just the same person that you're talking to right now. Okay. But in big crowds, ask any single person out there. I am not like super, or anything. I'm like chill. I'm totally chill. Sitting back, having little conversations with one or two people here and there, spending all night 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, talking to Nikki, whatever, right? I mean, I'm going to have a good time, but a lot of people think that I'm like that super outgoing personality all the time, I'm like, no, like that's not who I am. But there's a lot of you guys that are introverted, very introverted, and that is something that you have to work baby steps to kind of get out of your shell. So if you are that person that's not, somebody to just go up and talk to somebody, like I'll just go up and talk to somebody. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to ever see them again, probably, if not, right? So I'll just go up and talk. But some people, that's like paralyzing for them. So for those people that are struggling to make those connections with people because you just don't let people in, or, you don't know how to talk to people, because that's something that is very real for some people. Just make those baby steps. And yes, I wouldn't say a like isn't as great as a comment, but if that's your baby step, that's okay. but then you need to progress forward after that, just to like kind of increase that. Yeah, Talissa.
Okay, I was gonna say something earlier, and then I think I lost it. Maybe it'll come
Listen,
back.
you just got to interrupt me. You just got to be like, okay. Stop. You got to interrupt me.
I was just gonna add that you may like, even when you asked earlier, I didn't ever clarify when she was saying, where did this take me? When you guys really step out and really dig into yourself and find you, I went from 25K to 40K to 80K. Not even in a year period by doing this. So just know that if you stay consistent and you follow your heart and who you are and just put that first, your business is going to grow. Okay, so I don't want you to think I'm like giving you these tips and there's not like stuff behind it. Like there's proof in behind it. And I had something else, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, okay, that's all I want to say.
I think that's all good stuff. It's all great stuff. I mean, here's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so even if like posts are awesome, but go live too. And I know live scare the crap out of people, but you have to go live. And even if you need to set an alarm to remind you, like, okay, today's the day you need to go live, set your alarm. But going live is the best interaction ever. Okay, that's all I want to say.
Yes, it totally is. You know what, Angela? I see she said, I don't know what to say in my live video. You know what? Sometimes the best lives I have are when I don't know what the hell I'm really going live about. I just feel like I need to go live. And I'm not saying like just go live and just start talking, but like just like Stacy was saying a little bit ago about her interactive posts, like she'll be like, something will just spark like, I want to ask that question, or that's something that's like I'm curious to see how other people are going to respond, with the kid on the airplane or, whatever it might be, vaccinations, whatever. Right. So like, I'll get on a tangent. Sometimes it's not pretty either, because sometimes it'll be something I'm really like, I'm feeling like fired up about, and I'll just go live, and those will sometimes be my best lives, of like, I want to go on a tangent, soapbox, whatever it is. And it's not like me like getting on there and yelling. It's just me going on there and like giving my piece of advice, giving my heart, how I feel. I felt like I did a really good live the other day, and I was super emotional like before I even went live, and I probably shouldn't have went live, but I had a message and something I wanted to share with people, because I am one of those people that goes through this time of the year is tough. Like, it is brutal, right? And I battle those nasty thoughts and feelings and so forth. And people can misconstrue when you have a lot of people around you that people don't struggle. But trust me, guys, everybody struggles. Everybody's got life happening and their own obstacles that they're going through. So for me, I felt like, we shouldn't have to hide those things all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you shouldn't be all super negative. Or first of all, if you're placing blame on anybody other than yourself for your happiness, you need to look internally, because your happiness is you. Okay. Nobody else has an effect on that. And that's something that I have been battling myself, because I'm the person that, like, if something like massive amounts of things are going on all around me, I take them super personal. And Stacy can tell you, I was having this conversation with her yesterday, and she said, you know what you need to go do, Amanda? You need to go VIP 800 before the month end. And she's right. That's where my focus needs to be, is me personally getting my ass in gear and going VIP 800 myself all over again. And I can tell you guys, when you rechannel that energy and that focus on something else, it's going to change. It's going to change your business. I want to say one other thing before I bring Ashley on. And I'm going to say this before she even comes on here. She's not done anything like this. She's definitely got a mentality of a leader, a very natural leadership qualities about her, which is why she's, I feel like, has done so incredibly well and stood out like a sore freaking thumb. But the whole time that we were she won Jamie's retreat, she got there. And the whole time she had never flown before by herself, traveled all this way and all this. But the whole time she was working her little tushy off and determined that she was going to go 12K, determined she was going to make that happen. And I know she wanted to make it happen before, she left there, but she did make it happen this weekend. Now she's got somebody else that she may just possibly go 12K this month too. And here's the thing, guys, is that she didn't put it on her team to get to that 12K mark. She was focused on what she needed to do and the actions that she needed to take. But before she comes on here, I just want to say this. When you are going back and you go back to your memories, as the years pass, I want you guys to realize something, because it's easy for people to get misconstrued and to think, oh, you've been doing this for 6 years, or, you've been in this industry now, you have a ton of friends, you have people, it all comes easy. Let me tell you what, no, it doesn't come easy. It does not come easy. It never will come easy. And I've accepted that a long ass time ago. If I want to continue to build my business, I have to continue to grow my audience. I have to continue to connect with new people, period, end of story, end of the day. But what I want to say is this. Some people join and they think a couple months, a year even, that their business should be like exploding. They should be signing people left and right. Okay. It's not the case. All right. That's not the case. I go back for every year, 6 years, guys, for the past 6 years. And every year there is something to do with my business. There is something to do with inspiration on every single day. Every single day. Okay. Except for, there's a few days here and there that maybe I was like, especially when I was working full time, I would put posts. Well, no, I still posted. I was consistent. Actually, sometimes when I was working all the time, that's when I posted, sometimes even more so to kind of overcompensate. And they were really bad, spammy, nasty, gross posts that had like no likes and no comments or anything. I can show you that stuff. But my whole point behind this is I had to do a lot of wrong in order to find things that worked. And even still then, Facebook changes it like every other day. So you got to like keep on changing that up. But I stayed consistent over the years. Have I had bad days? Have I had days where I took off? Have I had this? Sure, absolutely. But overall for the week, I can tell you, I have always been focused on learning, growing my network, interacting, loving on people, getting to know people, like all of those things, they come with this area of work. So if you don't like people, this probably isn't the business for you. Okay. Like my husband, if he had to run this business by himself, we would be definitely like at the mission right now or some shit. Cause he would just be like, done. He's over it. So anyways, I'm going to shut up. Ashley has some awesome tips to share with you guys. She was just like running all of these tips over, and I'm listening to her message. Listen, girl, I'm going to tell you this too. And I'm going to tell all of you guys this before she even speaks. I'm going to tell all of you guys this. I never once had somebody tell me to share something. I never once had anybody tell me, like, I never had somebody tell me whether or not like what I was sharing was good, and I didn't give a shit if they liked it or not. If it was working for me, I wanted to share it because I thought it could help somebody else, right? So like, here's the deal. If you have something inside you that is naturally like Brittany Hyder, like you are the most freaking God wonderful, organized person ever. Okay. And it's like, I totally lack that quality. Like those qualities though, that's what makes you stand out. Like that's like a signature thing for you, right? So don't ever hold back from sharing because somebody might have a different version of what you're going to share. Who cares? That version might not work for anybody, but your version might. So like, don't ever hold back, because she was telling me these ideas. I'm like, damn, that's good. That's good. She's like, well, I didn't know that. No, fly your wings. Fly your wings. That's how you, that is how you grow. That is how you empower yourself and build that confidence within yourself to share that you do have something to say. So anyways, I'm going to shut my mouth. Ashley, take it away, my dear.
Hey, I'm super pumped. So I am loving all of that, because the big thing about going lives for me personally, is I was terrified to go live. I had never once went live before this industry came into my life. I had never put the camera on my face and talked to anyone before. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It was so bad my first few lives, I would drop the phone because my hands were shaking so bad. I mean, one of my sidelines bought me a phone stand because they were like, you need to stop dropping us when we're watching you. And it was incredibly scary. But when someone can see you be scared and someone can see you have anxiety, they can relate to that. And that's the thing. Like, as long as you're being you on there, you are going to connect with someone. And you know how they say, it takes 10 to 15 times of, introducing Thrive before someone will get the courage to ask you about it. Well, if you're going live with them and you're connecting with them in any kind of way, what's going to happen is you're going to skip a bunch of times. I mean, instead of 10 to 15, you may only have to do it 8 times. I mean, you're really going to make these people connect with you and see you as a person. And, Amanda says it all the time. She'll just scroll past. There'll be a lot of long posts and she just scrolls. That is the average human. They just scroll. But if you are going live and you're looking at them and they're connecting with you and they're hearing your voice and they're seeing you, it doesn't matter what it's about at all. I personally get really fired up when I talk about the product. So I love going live and talking about the products. But no matter what it is that you're going live about, if they can hear you and see you and feel you, no matter how scared you are, or if you're saying stupid things or you're stumbling, that's okay. People relate with that. That's connection. So when you do all of these things that all of these amazing ladies have been telling you about, and you're implementing all these things, and you're making the right posts, and you're doing interactive stuff, now you finally get that opportunity to message someone and you get to get in their inbox, you need to stop blowing it. I have seen some really, really, really bad messaging lately, and I know exactly what it is. It's November. Some people are doing incredible, but some people are seeing that slower time where people are busy with holidays and families and finances, and they're not so focused on being healthy. And, they would rather go through the drive-thru and get that comfort food. Like, we're seeing it. And not everyone. I mean, I just won 12K. You can absolutely make it happen. But this time of year is a little bit of a struggle for some people. So when you finally get that opportunity to get in their inbox, don't blow it with a horrible, spammy message. When I've seen it happen a million times, especially this week, I've seen it really bad. People are adding friends and then shooting them a message. Hey girl, my name is Ashley, and I just wanted to tell you about this amazing product. You might be interested. You look like you're into fitness. No, don't ruin it. Don't get desperate. Desperation will make you make the worst decisions ever. Don't get desperate. You need to trust in the process. That's all you need to do. Trust in the process. You need to wake up every morning and do that inspirational post and add your 5 to 10 friends and do your Thrive post and do your family post. And then in the evening, you need to share that Lavelle story. You need to just do the things that they tell us to do. That's it. And you need to trust in that and believe in that. Because, like Amanda said, I went 2 weeks, like the week leading up to the retreat and the week after, it was like, dunno, nothing. And I just had to stay consistent. I had to keep the belief in it. And December is going to be the best month, you guys, because if we do all of the right steps and we do the proper networking, the proper way of reaching out to people and building those relationships and doing everything Talissa said, what's going to happen in January is you're going to be on a whole new level that you never imagined. So trust in the process and do things the right way. If you don't do them the right way, you're just going backwards and backwards and backwards. That's really.
And I'll tell you what, Ashley, what you just said was, I'll tell you guys, first of all, everybody thinks, the holidays, like nobody's going to spend any money or anything like that. And I'm just going to tell you guys as a team, this past week that we just had, that ended yesterday, it was the highest sales that we've had for a week, since early August. So that was the highest week that we have had. And we had to buy 2, get 1 or whatever, but we've had crazy sales any other time. We've had crazy sales since August. But the thing is that I think that honestly, if you do the math, the destination 12K, while it was some people's cup of tea, other people's it wasn't. A lot of those seeds that people planted though, through that time period from August, September, October, now when we had sales and Black Friday, which is a typical week that people like save their money to spend money and so forth anyways, that is like the key time, like of people like to come back around, right? So like what you're doing right now, some of these people might not order right now. They might be just scrumping change and already maxed out their credit cards for Christmas. Be understanding. I was in a conversation with somebody this morning and she was like, can you get on a three-way with me? And I was like, well, what am I getting on a three-way for? Because she was talking to somebody and they wanted to know more about the Thrive experience, and they had a previous background in like addiction and so forth, and they just don't have any energy and so forth, right? So I said, listen, I could get in a three-way chat with her, but that's not going to do us any good. It's not going to get us anywhere if you don't know why she wants this product, because at the time she didn't know. Somebody was interested in the product, they just wanted the stuff, or they wanted to know the price, right? After she sent them the 3-minute video or whatever. And I said, well, why do they want the product? Because here's the thing, I would rather teach somebody how to talk to somebody. And if it's time to do a three-way, then I'll say, hey, ask them to jump in a three-way or whatever. She just screenshot the conversation to me, okay, that they were having. And I just redirected that conversation. So I was like, well, ask her what it is that she was on. Ask her, qualify her. Okay. She told her, she said, how much is it? She said, well, it's, you're going to save 40% off. She was just like, right now, the girl wanted the 3 steps. She said, right now you can get $25 off if you sign as a free customer, because this was a new customer. Okay. And then you can get the whole system for $125. And the girl was like, okay, I can do that. She didn't hold back or like second guess the price because of any reason or anything. She straight up told her how much it was going to be, because if you don't qualify people, you're wasting your time. If you don't qualify people, you're wasting your time. So here's what she did next. She told her how much it was. The girl said, I could do it in a couple weeks. I said, okay, this is what you do. I said, you go and you message her and you say, let's get you started with your free account. Okay. That way you get those 25 credits added. Those credits don't go away till December 31st. All right. The girl told her in a couple weeks she could sign. I said, so put a reminder, set a reminder in your messenger for 2 weeks from now, that you can follow up with her and remind her, because the girl said that yes, she could do it, but in a couple weeks. So meet people where they're at. In a couple weeks, when she messages that girl might ignore her. So what? Message her in a couple more weeks. All right. She might, whatever. Maybe the girl, listen, guys, I'm the queen of not opening your message if I don't have something that like that I want to reply right now to you with. Okay. I'm the queen of not opening, or if my messages just get buried. All right. But if somebody is messaging me and I know that they're asking me to follow up, like a follow up or something like that, that's not my priority messages that I'm going to open right now. So you have to realize that you're not always somebody else's priority. Their electric bill is, or their kids' like school activity that they got to pay for is, and so forth. And stuff comes up, you get a choice whether you're going to be understanding and work with them, or you're going to have a crappy attitude and forget to follow up with them ever again. And then they sign up with your friend and it pisses you off. Like, that's going to happen. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So be patient, be kind, and be cool with it. Right. And like Ashley said, you don't want to be a spammy person. Guys, listen, I friend people all the time. I never would think to send somebody a message, especially not one that says, girl, you're so pretty. Have you ever thought about trying one of these products for 40% off my price? No. I have sent spammy messages, but not quite that bad. Okay. Because I don't know. It's weird. But I do like to compliment people, but not follow it up with a sales ad. So, Stacey, did your dog just run out the door? Oh, okay.
No, they're constantly trying, like constantly.
Oh, okay. I was like, did he just go out the door?
I just let him out 12 seconds ago. You would think I didn't let him out for 6 months.
Yeah. My house is muddy right now because my dog, every time he goes out, he comes back in with muddy paws. So I have to mop it like 20 times a day. I wish there was a Roomba with a mop. Is there a thing like that? A Roomba with a mop? Yeah, I think I need to get that. I have a Roomba, but I don't have one with a mop. I need to get that sucker because this time of the year, I'm gonna be going online and looking for it right after I get off of here. But anyways, so it's 10:06. Is there any of you other wonderful ladies on here or gentlemen that would like to share anything, any tips or any questions?
Hey, it's Talissa again. I want to add to what Ashley said about, sending the right message and how to wording. She nailed that. But also I want to say that if you do get a message from somebody that maybe they didn't realize you were a promoter and they sent you a message, because I get cold message. I know a lot of people do. I just ask that you be nice to them, please.
Mhm.
And don't shoot them down automatically and say, something negative like, this is not how you do your business. Don't down them, because they're learning. And it's our job to help each other and lift each other up and not try to bring each other down when that person could be brand new and they're just trying to figure out their way in this business, and they're just trying to figure out how to do this. So if you do get one, I just ask that we help them and coach them in the right direction and how, you know what I mean, and say, hey, I'm a promoter and I appreciate your hustle and your drive, and I can tell that you're going for it. But sister, let's get you with your upline and get you in the right direction. Be uplifting to them and not down them, is that all I want to say.
I'm so glad that you actually said that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I definitely have approached that in different ways as time has gone on. And one thing that I can tell you that most people are super appreciative of, when you shoot, when they shoot you a message, and because like Talissa said, I mean, it could be any one of you guys, you could be just learning and still trying to figure it out or whatever, and you send a message and somebody tries to give you constructive criticism, or sometimes they're just an asshole. That happens too. You're going to get people that are up on their high horses. I don't care. That just happens. Just whatever. But here's the thing, is like, when you get a message like that, know that people have to know better to do better. So if nobody ever interjects or tells them like, hey, this is coming off like, whatever. But what I always try to tell them is like, hey girl, like, I appreciate you reaching out to me, or whatever. I don't even try to correct their tactics. I don't. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I'm not interested or whatever. If it is somebody that I end up engaging in conversations with or feel a little bit more comfortable with, then I will tell them softly that maybe they should check with their uplines for a different ad. Or sometimes I've actually been known to tell people a different way to approach it, their message that they sent out or whatever, just so it didn't come off so offensive. Because sometimes it does come off offensive, depending on what product they're trying to sell. But yeah, Talissa, that's a great point. And I'm glad you said that, because I think it is super easy as we're learning to say, hey, don't do it this way. When there's still going to be people that come at you. And I'm going to tell you guys, some of those people that come at you and ask you if you want to try their products now, they are still learning, and you don't know that if they're ready to, maybe 6 months from now, they decide that they're done with that opportunity and they're looking for another opportunity, and how you treated them could determine if maybe they decide to join you, or they decide to join the next person over because that person was nice when they replied and you were an asshole. Because I mean, truly, like, I mean, that's just the truth. Like, you have to remember, like, things always come back around, right?
Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
I really think that you guys should go into your messaging and, first of all, think about how the message started when you got introduced to these products. What interested you and what really worked to get you to try them? And then look at your last 5 messages that turned into sales, and look at what you're doing right. And then look at the ones that aren't making sales and look at what you're doing wrong. I mean, not necessarily you're always doing something wrong, but I think going back and analyzing those messages can be huge, and you can learn a lot from yourself.
Well, and now that you said that, and this will be the last thing I say, I swear to God, now that you say that, I can almost tell you that my number one culprit of my lack thereof, I should say, is follow up, because I'm very unorganized. So what I normally find is I'm not following up with people. And when I do actually follow up with people, that's when I'm making all kinds of sales. That's when I'm signing all kinds of people up, right? Because I'm being intentional about what I'm doing. But I had to do the work prior to that, right? Like I had to do the work prior to that in asking why they wanted to try the products and so forth. But my lack of their follow-up, and I promise you guys, every year that I've ever come back in this industry, from like conference or the beginning of the year or whatever, and there's any kind of bonuses or any type of whatever announced, there's always some kind of hoorah announced, okay, at the beginning of the year, whether it's a new product launch or whatever. But my thing is that the reason why I've always done really good with those kind of things is because I would always pull out my list and I'd go through every single text message, every single instant message, every single email, every single inbox that I possibly have coming out the hoorah, and I used to have an Excel spreadsheet from when I did vendor events. I would come home and I would put everybody's names in. You'd be super proud of me, Brittany. I'd put everybody's name into that spreadsheet, and I'd have their phone number and their email address, and then I'd find them on Facebook. And once I found them on Facebook, they got another little check. Anyways, that was my follow-up list. Okay. And that's how like I followed up with you from vendor events. So if you're getting vendor events and you're not doing like little drawings, like those little drawing sheets or whatever, and collecting the shit out of names, like, man, you could rack up meeting like 100 people like that. Seriously. But anyways, with that said, I could talk all night long, guys. I could talk all night long about getting to know people and posting and conversations and all of that, but nobody's going to watch the video if I make it too long. Oh, look, we've got a unicorn, and what's hers? Oh, Rudolph. Hello. You guys see the unicorn? I had to message her about the unicorn headset. She's like, that's the only headset I had. But anyways, is there anybody else that's got anything else to share? No? 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 Now, damn it, Ashley, you're making me have to go live, and Talissa making me have to go live, and Stacy.
All right, am I doing this right? Can you hear me?
Yes, Shannon, yes.
Because here's the thing. I just really kind of wanted to touch on what Talissa and Ashley were talking about as far as cold messaging, because I used to get them all the time. Like, I still get them all the time, like every single day. And I didn't do anything with them until I was in Tennessee on retreat, and I was talking to Annalise about it, and I was like, oh my God, I got another cold message. And she's like, say something back. She's like, I say something back to them all the time. So it didn't, like, I would just ignore all the time. It didn't occur to me that if I'd actually message them and be nice, that they'd be like, oh, okay, whatever, no big deal. I just signed up a promoter like last week because she was from another company and she wasn't doing good, and I was nice to her. And so she reached back out to me and she's like, okay, I see that you're successful, blah, blah, blah. It really just takes being nice to somebody and not ignoring them. And then you can kind of teach them from there, you know, like they were saying, how to be successful in network marketing. So never blow those people off, and definitely be nice to them, because you never know, you know, what kind of network they have and what they can do for you in your business. But that's all I have.
Shannon, this is a total not business related. Are those your pumpkin chocolate chip cookies?
They are.
I knew I was drooling. I was like, I knew it. Look, that's literally what I'm going to say. Anyways, okay, you guys, I told you I have ADHD. I told Stacy's just shaking her head because she's like, oh.
It's so funny too. Normally I'd be like mumbling or like, oh Jesus, Amanda, here we go. And I just look down and my mute isn't on. So I'd be totally trash talking out loud.
Somebody said Amanda.
It's summer.
Yes.
What did we say about when nobody's liking our posts or seeing our posts? Because I was talking to Celissa about that today, where it's like ghost town. Like,
well,
there's
okay.
nobody commenting. It's like everyone disappeared. Like, where are you guys at in the turkey? Like, what happened?
Right. So, okay, there's a couple things that are going on. First of all, Facebook has been fun lately. They've been doing some changes, and you can always tell when things are changing because there might be like something coming up, or like our notifications have been like delayed, and all of that. There's been some changes to like the search features. Messenger, like there's just been like some little glitchy change, and I think it's just jacked up the algorithm a little bit. But also it could be some of those trigger words like Stacy was saying. And I'll tell you guys, I don't know, there's a website, Social Media Examiner. It's something that I've used for years, probably like the past 5 years at least. And it is very good about updating trends a lot. But there's other things too. You can Google, different trends on Facebook or algorithm tricks on Facebook and so forth. And I always go to like the most recent articles. And if you're trying to pick up your interaction, you can type in interaction on Facebook, algorithm, increase interaction, or algorithm on Facebook or whatever. But if you're noticing, I feel like I'm going to say some of these things and you're probably already doing them, making sure that you've been interacting with non-thrivers, doing like an interaction post prior to anything to do with like business. Is it all posts or is it just like Thrive posts?
It's literally only been lately, like Thanksgiving week. It's like crickets.
Yeah, this past week
I don't know
has
if
been.
everybody's just busy, like, doing their thing like I was, but I was still posting. But it's like crickets. It was like a high of interaction. I'm like enrolling, and then like flatline, like not even a like comment.
Sometimes I throw things for a loop whenever, like if something like that is going on, like where I'm not getting a whole lot of interaction, maybe a post like out of the norm for you. Maybe like a Jamie Pecca post might help you. Like the penis cleaner post that she posted earlier.
Okay,
like, I'm just saying, like something that's going to spark, like, is funny, like it's hilarious. So, something that should get some interaction. If it doesn't, then
I know, but what's like my funny is like super inappropriate, and other people's funny is like, bitch, you tried it. Like, why did you do that? Like, I love penis jokes, but other people might not think penis jokes are funny. But I love penis. I don't love penis. I love penis jokes.
Oh, shit.
Get it.
People are gonna get to the end of this recording and be like, no, I think honestly this week it's just been kind of jacked up anyways, and I think it's Facebook probably trying to hide a lot of like sales ads and different stuff like that if you're not paying for like advertisement and so forth, because Facebook used to be so big on like the business pages and all of that stuff, that now that people basically free social media network marketing is such a big thing now. I really think Facebook was downgrading our personal pages this week to allow for people that are paying for ads and so forth to kind of be more visible. And Facebook just going through some algorithm and different types of changes with things that they're adding. And there's a couple of different features that are getting ready to launch and come out whenever you go live, and so forth. So people will, we'll continue to see. And here's the thing, guys, is that as soon as we catch the hang of something, like Facebook's going to change it anyways. It's part of the reason why I work Instagram and Facebook, but I don't really work my Instagram the way I should consistently, because to be honest with you, I don't have time. I don't have time to work it the way I need to, because I just haven't. I haven't had the time for it. And I know that sounds like terrible. I could make the time. I could stay up later and make the time to do it. But I know that it's just Facebook. But my thing is, if you're already interacting, you're already changing up your posts, you're already going live and doing this, which I know you were live earlier. like really the only thing you can do is throw out something completely inappropriate or something that's completely, just your personality and put it out there and see what kind of reaction that gets. Normally it will, some kind of controversial, sometimes post,
So penis it is then?
Penis it is.
Okay. Because I'm
Penis
getting a lot of
is.
eggplant messages right now popping up on my screen. All my lovely friends on the Zoom, thank you.
Go grab that penis cleaner post.
I'm going to go look for it, actually.
Yeah, there you go. I think I got a couple of them. I save them. So I'll be honest. I'm like the biggest, quote thief ever. Okay. Like if you post something really funny and like I think I saved something earlier. I'm going to use it for later. I'm going to use it for later for my, oh my gosh, I need to laugh or whatever. Right. So anyways, I save those kind of posts specifically for interaction. And I have a file of, on my phone that are like interactive or funny or whatever, different categories, IPAs, income producing activity, like charts that Stacy has made that I've totally stole, and bingo cards that Brittany Hyder made. And anyways, I'm like the biggest, I have 90,000 pictures on my phone. I'm not kidding, because I keep everything in files and notes. I have notes, just as many notes probably, because I'll save stuff that I think are funny. I'm looking to see if I can find that post that I saved earlier, because I know I saved it.
Summer too, I was going to say, like, I don't know if you read in the comments, but last month, and I'm proud to say this, last month was my worst month in network marketing in 3.5 years for interaction and for my own personal enrollments, literally. And as an 80K, like people would be like, oh my God, I would never admit that. Hell yeah, I want to admit that because I want my team to understand that that's normal. So I literally tripled the number of people I was adding, like doubled or tripled all my interaction. I started doing this cooking thing with Derek, which like we're hilarious together just in life. So cooking together, we want to beat the shit out of each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and people like that, and it's funny. I've gone out on a limb and added a couple things to my 5 things. So rather than going and just grabbing a random meme, I'm taking a lot longer to find things that I know are going to connect with the people that are my target demographic. And that has really, really helped. You guys, in the past 2 weeks, like I've enrolled like 21 people. Like it's just totally turned around and my page is popping and it's exciting. And I'm getting that, but pay attention to those words. And then the other thing I was going to say is, and I did bring it to, where the hell were we just? Tennessee, North Carolina. I brought it there and we didn't get a chance to do anything with it. But I will eventually, as soon as I get it updated exactly the way I want to, I'll share it with you guys. We have these things that one of our girls, Cassandra, put together for me. We told her exactly what we wanted. I need to change it up a little bit because I want things a little bit different. But it's a self-assessment. So here's the thing, like somebody like you, Summer, like you're going to look at your timeline. It's never going to be as good as you want it to be because that's who you are. Like you're way over the top as far as your own self-expectation. But it gives you a good idea because sometimes you don't even realize that you're missing certain things or that you've shared things or that you're being redundant or that you're not exciting or things like that. So those self-assessments, like I'm right now trying to teach my team to do them with a sideline. So Stacy doesn't have to do 2,916 every single day, but it's a really good way. When I went back and looked at my page, I was like, damn, like I was posting too much or I was not posting enough or, oh my God, I didn't even realize I only went live once this week. So once I get that up and going too, I'll shoot that up on the team page because it really has been very, very helpful for my team. But really focus. If I had to say, first off, Facebook hates us right now. They're doing everything not to show our posts. Plus, they're going through a lot of changes. There are a lot of updates being made on Facebook. They just decided to forget about switching the words to the bottom of the pictures. I don't know what happened with that. So they're going through all that, but try to come up with something new and something exciting because believe it or not, while it's going to excite your audience, it's going to excite you.
I just want to throw this out there, and I know Stacy would have said it if she would have seen it. This was just shared with me privately, but she'll probably give herself away because she'll be smiling so big. Now everybody's looking to see who's smiling. To make your own graphics, to make your own pictures. People make your own pictures. Don't use the same pictures all the time. Like, here's the deal, guys. Okay, like, I am totally lazy sometimes, and I share a post from Lavelle fan page instead of copying and pasting it and putting it in my own timeline and so forth and sharing my own little testimony about it, which is ultimately the better way to do it. But Paul wants us to share it, which Paul doesn't understand the algorithms. But anyways, that's another story, another tale. Paul will tell you to go get a phone book and start calling people too. So anyways, I should have stopped recording before I did that. Anyhow, if you continue to use the same picture and graphic and don't change it up at all, like, I'll add Facebook's filters. Oh yeah, and add use Facebook's different stuff that Facebook has, and it'll help boost your algorithm as well, like stories and Facebook. Today I used an old picture, but I put a frame on it from Facebook. Okay. And that is enough to change up a picture. Okay. Like adding a filter, changing a frame, adding a couple words, putting like a background or something like that. It'll help boost it. But Facebook will blacklist your pictures and not show you as much in timelines if it's something that has been circulated and circulated and circulated and circulated and circulated. With that said, there's certain viral pictures that will go all day long, you know, and it'll happen just because it's funny and made somebody pee their pants or whatever. Stacy, yes. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. I knew that you would have covered that too, but somebody else already got it for you.
I was saying bye. I love you. I have to go tuck in my noodle, otherwise he's going to just be diddling around all night. So love you guys.
Love you guys too. Okay, I'll put the recording in Pace Setters and in Level Up in the files as soon as I get it uploaded. It might not be tonight because it takes forever to upload it and then to upload it to YouTube, and then anyways. And I shut my computer as soon as I get done with the Zoom. So I love you guys. I hope everybody learned some things tonight. And oh yeah, quit posting pictures from corporate. Stacy already got off here, but she said that, and that is so true. I did a picture today. If you guys want to get an idea, I used PixArt, which I don't even normally use PixArt that often, but I do use it for overlays. I took the picture that corporate had, which was the, you know, the thing for today and tomorrow where people get entered into a drawing. And I took the locations and the giveaway picture and I just cropped it. And then I took a picture of myself and like an old picture of me, and I just went into PixArt and I just added the photo, stretched it out a little bit, decreased the overlay. And I know you guys are like, I don't know what the hell you're talking to me right now about, Amanda, but I'm just telling you, I didn't know how to use any of these apps. Okay. I had to learn. I didn't know how to do overlays. I didn't know how to do watermarks. I didn't know how to do collages or promotional pictures or any of that stuff. But when you play around with that kind of stuff, it's going to be unique to you, and it's going to help your algorithm so that you're not fighting up against Facebook because somebody used the same corporate, like stock photos and things like that. Try to stay away from as much as possible. Make them your own. Okie dokie. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a good night, and I hope this was helpful. And let's kick some ass this week. Bye.